Hello and welcome, Lynx here. We are going to play You Are the Hero from mlkrn. Yes, that's the name on h.iotl at least. The burp on Twitter or X at Sire. Yup. Yeah, we are starting the game as we used to without the inner beginning description or whatever, because why not? Why not? Let's check it out. You are the hero. It seems like a super interesting idea for the game in general. You are the hero. Huh? Okay. And another end, but more confused. And? What do you mean and? You are the hero. Go and be one. And the hero went to be the hero. For his hometown was doomed. From the very beginning of the story, and the call to adventure does not accept refusals. For his parents died in a fire, and the author is an unoriginal hack. Okay, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. For shut the freak up. If you don't like it, there is a cross in the top right corner, you know what to do. Actually, there isn't, because I'm in a full mode. Full window. Full screen, I mean. Joke's on you. I've tricked you. The hero found the heroic sword. For the sword is perceived to be the most heroic weapon, and not many people know spears were a more popular tool. True. Spears were more popular tool. Because there were more, I guess, there was a bigger demand for that. For stabbing the shite out of each other. All throughout history, swords were just flashy. Dick measuring devices. For he was a hero, for freak's sake. A sacred sword for the hero is like an ID for a law-abiding citizen. Don't lose it. You know what? That just crossed my mind now. Because more people, you know, used spears. Obviously, more kind of users of spear were more likely to die. I would say the swords were basically kind of not necessarily with people who would go to the front during the fights and so on, but the spear users, right? Maybe that's why a certain rider in Fate is almost the first one to die as well. Because if you think about it, fighters with spears would be the first to die as well. I wonder if that's the basically kind of, let's say, lore behind why he dies first. Anywho, the hero met the princess. Hola, oh brave and gentle hero, the princess said. Hola? Really? With that they fell in love. For they were the star-crossed lovers. For the author did know Shakespeare. Good. Wrote a Romeo and Juliet as a warning tale, not an instruction manual. Romeo and Juliet garbage, man. But oh no, the princess was abducted by the villain. Oh, what a surprise. The hero met the villain. I am very evil, the villain said. He's very evil, the princess said. The hero slayed the villain, saved the princess, nearly died in the process for some juicy dramatic tension. No one bought it because the hero was the hero for... And they lived happily ever after. Well, the only thing was that the stone is those pictures. Oi, that's rude. I'm a writer, not an artist, I'll have you know. Your story still sucked. Oh, come on. Every writer is legally obliged to write a meta, bashing of the traditional trope codifier story of a hero, the princess and the villain. Even though there is no inherent value in the deconstruction. Even though the construction shouldn't be the purpose and end goal on itself. Even though I knew all of that. Everything of substance is already written. Avant-garde, essentially cancelled novelty. I have you know. All I can do is pretend to be witty and snarky and so very not repetitive. What do you even expect from me? The next great American novel? I'm not even American! I mean, that's a plus. I mean, if you think about it, what certain supposed Americans push into video games, you think, well, that's a very good thing. Anyway. Well, that explains your shitty grammar, I guess. I guess it would explain mine as well. Anywho, fine, you know what? If I'm suffering, you're suffering with me. You are my hero. Buckle up, we're doing this again. Oh boy. You are the hero. You got to be the hero. For your hometown was doomed from the very beginning of this story, and the call to adventure does not accept refusals. That's a blatant lie. My hometown is perfectly fine. I refuse your call to adventure. I don't want to be a hero. That's true. Boom. Are you serious? Yeah, freak up. Oh fine, you are the hero. Your hometown burned and yet you didn't give a single freak. So you laid down and burned alongside it. The end. Is this what you wanted? Well, I spent my last minutes with family and friends. Can't say this about you, you immigrant loser. Ah, you piece of shit. I respect it. Oh, don't suck up. I'm still your alpha. Stand up, grow your limbs back. You're going for adventure nonetheless. So where were we? Oh, right. For your parents, disapproved of your life choices. And were overall unpleasant people to be around. How dare you? For it was easier to love them the further away you were from them. You went on your journey. Don't trash talk my parents like that! Don't get distracted. I'm not distracted in the slightest. You find the heroic sword. You know I'm bad at physical exercise. Okay, that's not true. Okay? That's not true. Can I get a spear? Does it matter? Yes, I want. Sword is basic. To be fair, I freaking love swords. And you know that if you... You would know that if you have been maybe to one of my streams. Like Genshin. Sword users absolutely love it. To be fair, spear users in Genshin are good too. Let's go with... I want a spear. I'm not gonna say spear is a characterization. Okay, no, I'll say I'm not a benevolent and generous writer. You find the heroic spear. Cool. Armed and ready, you move on. Move on where? You meet the princess. That is not very attractive, I guess. Hola! By the way, if you said hola in Poland, oh boy. Please don't do that. It's such a... I would say... not really respectful way to say, you know, to stop someone. Basically to someone, yeah. Oh, brave and hero, says the princess. Is an English to Shakespeare fun translation.net generator? Funtranslation.org/Shakespeare, if you please. Go on, say it. I know you want to say something! What shitty plot is it? Oh, you just meet the princess and instantly fall in love. Are you an expert on love now? Love at first sight is a staple trope. And... it... Very romantic. No, it's not. Le classique. No. No. I refuse to love a MacGuffin with a single line of dialogue. Fine, do you want to choose her personality? Have it. It's your princess, I will let you have a line or two more about her. A gentle, delicate soul of philanthropist, no. A fiery, charismatic general leading armies. Ooh, that sounds good. An icy cold expert whose heart takes time to melt. Ooh. So you have to put effort to winning her, nice. A lovey-dovey goofball, sunshine, funky tunes, no. Arrogant, demanding perfectionist scholar, no. A dangerous, obsessive maniac hiding in shadows, no. Are those anime archetypes? Are those D&D archetypes? No way! All this time, anime and D&D was the same thing. And the war has started between anime lovers and D&D lovers. Because they both refuse to accept each other. That would be hilarious. Alright, let's go. You know what, let's go. Fury Charismatic leading the armies, yeah. At least we'll know she'll not be fought this way. Ooh, alright. You meet the princess and fall in love with her personality and charms. Yeah? And her looks. But oh no, the princess is abducted by the villain. She's the leader of an army. How did she get abducted by a villain? Come on. And yes, her skill set doesn't matter. Are you serious? God damn it. Even if she's the most badass warrior of the century. God damn it! Even if she's so cunning and ruthless, she could have been a villain herself. Ooh. She's abducted by the villain because she's the princess. It sounds like maybe she wanted to be abducted. You meet the villain. I'm very evil, he says. He's very evil. Hey, sorry, he's very evil, the princess says. But why is he evil? Because he's the villain. Yeah, well, that doesn't explain jack shit. Fine, because he was prophecy. Wait, what? Because... Okay, that's your grammar sucking, I guess. Fine, because there was a prophecy that you will destroy him. Are you happy now? No. No. Cool, you slay the villain and slay the princess. Nearly die in the process, yeah. But win nonetheless. And you will live happily ever after. Huh? Dude, it was still awful. You don't understand that the more unsatisfied you are, the more I will force you to stay here with me, right? Don't you want to give up and leave it as it is and as available? And you will just let me go, huh? Huh. Oh, freaking course, no. The only way to win for you for now is to press that cross button. What cross button? So I can only pointlessly insult you then. It's getting tiresome. When will this game get interesting? To be fair, it is pretty interesting by now. I liked it. Second point. Let's go with that. Can I pointlessly insult you? Why not? Don't rush things, my hero. For now, let's go and do this again. Yare yare. I guess we are stuck in a loop. You are the hero. You live in your ordinary world until one day the plague knocks in the doors of your home. Someone knowing the future, someone with red eyes and painful memories of the past, tells you that you must go and seek the medicine. What? Where does it all come from? Otherwise you all will be doomed. I think I've heard of this plot somewhere else already, yeah? Of course you did! It's your plot after all. Fine, fine. Or maybe it's you who said previously that everything is a repeat of everything. You find a heroic sword. I wanted a spear for. It's really it's not really a sword per se. It's magic. That marks you as its champion. That gives the strength to endure. And might to protect. No, you totally stole that prompt somewhere, man. I didn't steal it. Someone else commissioned me to write it once. I don't think I believe you. Ooh. You meet the princess. She wears thunder as her crown and storm as her mantle. Ooh. She keeps her head high, and giving orders for her is as easy as breathing. She's inexorable, like a vengeance. Ooh. Like a catastrophe. Ooh. She leaves you speechless. Yeah. She leaves you to chase down the villain. What? Chase down? Wait, what? Could it be that she's really become the leader of an army? It's really a princess. She's the princess, even if she's a viscountess. Go rescue her. Fine. You meet the villain. He's the hive mind of species alien to humankind. The dryads, the fair folk. The natural source of the plague. You can't talk to him. He knows no evil and no good. You have to slay him. So you do. You channel your magic, let it form the sword, let it pierce his pulsing heart. The princess finally acknowledges you and you live happily ever after. Dude, what the freak? It's still the same story. I mean, it is the hero's journey. Are you perhaps unsatisfied because the story is generic? I tried to spice it up. After all, I do care about you. You are my hero, aren't you? Come here, I will try again. You are the hero. You are also a sea snail. For some reason, apparently. You have your nice sea snail life, run bed and breakfast at local hot springs. Ooh. When something terrible happens, someone murders your favorite geyser. What? What the fuck? So now you have to go and seek revenge. Would a hero seek a revenge for? You find a heroic sword, which is like some kind of gun. Which is a gun. Moreover, I could write stories like that, I guess. Moreover, it's not just a gun, it's a heroic, super cool pulse fighter blaster. Suitable for range combat, close combat, and nuclear wastelands combat alike. With it, you can even infiltrate the enemy's base. Perhaps. Survive in a dystopia. Overthrow a government. Throw a party. What? Because swords are cooler than guns? Yes, they are. To be fair, yes, they are. Or guns are cooler than swords? No, they aren't. They are obviously a better weapon overall, but they are not cooler. You meet the princess, who is definitely not to your liking because it seems like she has animal ears, which are neither cat nor fox nor wolf ears. I don't like the other types of ears, not gonna lie. Human ears are also okay, but anything else just doesn't work. She's a lovely hair lady. Yeah, okay. I just noticed by the ears already that it's not to my liking, and you just also confirmed it. Thanks. I've always wanted to be a lamp. I've always wanted to be a lamp, she says. Ugh. The fuck? Maybe you think it's sexist for the princess to always be a damsel in distress? Nah, I don't care about that. I'd rather her not be a freaking lamp or whatever. Alright, you meet the princess. Prince. Who seems to be like a fox guy at least. He's, okay, a cat guy. He's a cat cultivator, flying on a sword, drinking green tea. I've always wanted to live in a tunnel, he says. What the fuck? Look, at first I want to make the prince an asshole-ish magic wilderness speed cat, but that seemed to be wrong, okay? You wouldn't have liked him. Sure. Oh, you meet the villain. I want the villain! Personally, I would have fallen in love with the villain. Hell yeah! This is what I'm talking about. Before brutally murdering her. Come on, no! Because she's the goddess of the forest. Doesn't matter! We are going after a villain. Romance villain. Or maybe just a girl who wanted to be a goddess so much she bent reality to her will. Dude, just get the villain! She never did anything wrong. The prince was one of her subjects, and she just brought him home. No man should have all this powerful. Doesn't matter, man. Will you slay her? No! I'm sorry, my hero. But you must, you must, so you do! You slay the villain, save the prince, and live happily ever after. How can you live happily ever after? Have you seen that villain, how hot she was? I bet her personality was also great, god damn it. Slay the princess! Boop. I'm not saying anything. I refuse to be your hero. I'm your author. What makes you think you have the power to refuse? Because those were different settings asking for different heroes. Because neither of those stories was the hero's journey. Kind of true, but let's go first one. Therefore, I'm not your hero. Got you, huh? Well, if you act this way, I suppose you're right. You know, and also complain too much to be the hero, and characters don't talk back to their authors. On the plus side, it's not me slowly going insane and talking to my own characters then. Whoops. Joking, you are not the hero. I always knew that, and you also most likely already knew that. But tell me, do you know who you are? That's right, you don't. Would you like to know who you are then? Masks off and everything. I'm tired of these pretense already anyway, so just say the word. Can I trust? Meh. Whose stories were those, by the way? Someone else's. If you didn't understand the exact reference, it means that reference wasn't there for you. Sorry, I know it's unsatisfying, but explaining it would spoil the fun for those who are meant to understand it. Think of it as a mashup of different settings, sorta. Because some people think just smashing fantasy and sci-fi together is fresh and original instantly elevates whatever story the author is trying to tell. Not necessarily. Oh, just smashing. Okay, yeah, some people actually think that, yeah. But it's not just that, no. Obviously. David J. Parker. Don't know who that is. Even wrote a whole checklist for signs of bad fantasy writing once. Cool. Alright, exposition time is over. We are talking about you. So shall we? No. Who am I? Ooh, that's a freaking cool graphic. I think I've seen exactly that one on Itch, and that made me download this game. This is far freaking epic. This one. You are the prototype. Not in a pre-release alpha version sense, in a person on whom the author shamelessly based the story sense. I'm not... nothing like that. Well, of course you're not like that. You are the prototype, not the actual hero. I drew some inspiration from you, but I'm not writing your memoir for you. No. The hero says more about you than about me. Is that so? Do you think I project some dubious feelings of questionable quality on you? Sending you some obscured message? What do you even know about me? Maybe I'm just ghostwriting for somebody else. I hired a ghostwriter for a shitty individual novel, huh? Sure. Oh my god, visual and novel. Started with capital letters. Alright. Let's review the story together once more and see if I'm right. No need to be such an ass about it. Why do I hear clown music, I wonder? It's barely audible, to be honest. But there is something. If I won't forget, I'll raise the sound when I edit, but I might forget. Anyway, why do I hear clown music, I wonder? I don't hear anything. Let's go. There was something. It's still playing, actually. I am the hero. I got to be the hero. For I'm just trying to prove myself to you. Even though I'm shallow and two-dimensional at best. Even though you never knew my hometown and that shit will deserve to burn. If I'm to be honest, I accept the call to adventure because I'm the hero. The main character. I'm supposed to inspire. To be a role model. The bright, unreachable star in the night sky. How do I explain it? You see, when people say they don't like perfect heroes, they kind of misinterpret the concept of perfection. A perfect hero is not an embodiment of every virtue possible. True. That's boring and blunt, and no one likes to be lectured with moralizing tales. True. A perfect hero is the one you are supposed to envy and admire at the same time. I wouldn't say envy is a good part. Admire, maybe yes. Envy, not really. You know the one. A sociopath you want to emulate. A magnificent bastard you can't help but root for. Why do I feel like that's not true at all? Someone unbearably arrogant and yet, no. Justifiably so. Nah. That's what I am for. I think your image is broken. I'm the hero and I don't play false humility. The story spins around me. The story is all about me. And only you I deem to be worthy of my attention. Because you are not part of my story. So watch me. Do I have to? Watch me take the sword out of the stone. And I will never ever tell you how heavy it is in my hands. And how I almost dubbed it myself. Because that's just not what I do. I'm the hero. I win in the end. This is not a deconstruction. I win in the end. And the sword is light as a feather in my hands. And it's the best sword out there. And I deserve only the best. I've only known the best. And what about my humble background? It's fiction. And in fiction, things you've never seen on the screen may as well not exist. Watch me meet the princess. Here is an interesting fact about the princess. I don't need to love her. I don't even need to like her. All that is needed from her is to be appealing to you, not me. And that is enough for me. Because she's your ideal princess. Dude, can you like not try to like anti-R here? In my hands. Are you jealous yet? Not really. I didn't even have to do anything for her to like me. Good for you. Are you envious yet? Nah. Oh look, the princess is abducted by the villain! But well, we all know how this story will go, don't we? No. How? So watch me meet the villain. I'm excited to see him, and the sword sings a song of glory and triumph. and the blood in my veins is cold and that ice burns. And there is nothing more fun in the world than to slay a powerful opponent. Then to emerge victorious. To stay on top of the world. I'm not scared of death, not scared of death, not scared of death. The fact that you repeated it 3 times makes you scared of death, to be honest. And the wounds don't hurt. Are you impressed yet? Nah. Now live with it, and I will live happily ever after with it too. Good for you. You're a shitty person, aren't you? There are 2 types of main characters, whose point of view is used as a guide through the text. The one those thoughts, feelings, and reasonings you are supposed to empathize, and therefore the author actively imposes that point of view on you. I think I don't like that. These works are usually praised as being raw, honest, impactful, emotional. Huh? The major downside, however, is that if the reader does not relate to protagonist, it backfires pretty heavily. Yeah. You know, I don't like that, I think. I really dislike when someone tries that. Cringe is my favorite word. Good for you. And the other, where you're supposed to just watch the character's inner worldview. Not because it's relatable in any way, just because it's curious or in any other way telling to witness. So, your hero is which one? I've also read an article of a certain... Dude, answer the question. A certain philologist where she said that whether you like it or not, when you sit down to write a novel, you have to be prepared to express yourself in it eventually. In full and in its first person. That's not necessarily true. I would say... is this why we get so many shitty, like, comics and so on coming from America? Because, you know, certain people try to literally just express themselves and basically main the characters themselves and so on. I think so. So I would say no. That's not a good thing. That philologist is absolutely ruining the world of comics because of that. If you say that. Stop trying to make yourself into a main character, goddammit, basically. Hide behind the author's mask. Avoid explicit statements however you like. You will reveal your worldview in your work. Okay, that's fine. But just don't try to become the freaking main character. Because you aren't. And if you have nothing to say, your work will show that as well. And I hate that. It makes me exposed and vulnerable. And postmodernism taught me to hate and mock everything. Because anything can be looked down upon. And if it can be ridiculed, it will eventually be. I don't believe in metamodernism, because metamodernism doesn't itself understand what it is. Some preach that you can not only hate and mock, but love and mock at the same time. I guess? I don't believe in it. Why not? I don't believe in new sincerity either. Hatred is and always has been stronger than love. I don't think you can, like, put one next to each other. I mean... I don't know. Those are completely different feelings for some... Our world is shaped by wars, not by charities. Yes, but is this what you are getting at? That the war is strength and charity is love? It's not. No. Sadly, it's not. Charities don't exist because of love. Come on. First, I propose you a truce. I'll accept that the hero is not you. Yay! And in return, you will accept that the hero is not me. I mean... yeah? Because you aren't. Would that suffice? Fine. Thank you. Alright, you are not the prototype. Huh? Who am I then? Oh, that's a nice freaking artwork as well. You are the critic. You know what? Yeah, that would make sense. I mean, you're constantly unsatisfied with what I write. Maybe if you weren't so bad at it, I wouldn't have been unsatisfied with it, man. Maybe this, maybe that. History does not tolerate a subjunctive mood. First, the story is not history. And second, you don't know how to use the subjunctive mood as a grammatical construction. Boom. Once again, I'm not a native English speaker. But it would have been super awkward for me to talk to you with an editor looking over my shoulder. Imagine having a heartfelt confession through interpreters. Heartfelt? Really? Why yes, very heartfelt. I'll let you insult me. That's quite an intimate act. I wouldn't call it that, man. But you know what? Maybe you are. The editor, in fact. After all, you offer suggestions as well as critiques. But nah, I specifically don't want an editor here. So you are the critic. Oi, critic. Would you like to have a look at another iteration of my story? I accept no negative answers. God fucking damn it. I am the villain. Makes sense. A shadow of the hero, an obstacle to overcome. The big bad, the wolf that ate the grandmother. The wolf that ate the sun. The wolf that ate the sun. Is there a story like that? I don't know it. Yup, that's all me. To be honest, not really a fan of theatrical evil speeches myself, but we all have duties to do. And all I've just said is completely true. I'm just a good liar, as every villain should be. I mean, you think you're a good villain? And a good liar never lies. Yeah? They just understand and gloss over some of the facts. True. In a way, bend the truth so it is still a truth. But someone... No, wait. In a way, bend the truth so it is still true, but it's actually a lie, kind of. Whatever. Never mind. For example, that nice old lady was a famous hunter herself, and there is nothing evil in killing your enemy in a battle. I guess so. And for the eating part, well, wolves eat raw flesh. True. They don't eat celestial bodies. So the sun tasted awful and almost gave me liver failure. Yeah, but the rest is completely true as well. I'm indeed a shadow of the hero. But how does it work? Well, if the hero likes, say, tomatoes, I would hate them. But if the hero doesn't have any opinion on tomatoes, I would have one as well. I wouldn't have, sorry. To further be an antagonist to the hero, I'll also share some similarities with him. Similar looking sword, just recolored black, or something in that fashion. That's all nice and good, I'm just annoyed by theatrics. After all, actions speak louder than words, so it's time to work. Yes, perfect timing, bad me. The hero and the princess are right in the middle of some surely lovey-dovey scene. Oh, boom, chicka pom. Just in time for me to intervene and abduct the princess. Definitely didn't spend a few hours hiding in a garden bush and pissing in a bottle. Right. And all let's hope. Oh, they have pizza, that's cute. I snatched the princess right out of the hero's hands. How very tragic. I take the princess to my castle of doom. It desperately needs some renovation, by the way. Actually, it's too tiny to even be called a castle. It's more like your parents' basement. A house of doom. A flat of doom. It's your parents' basement, isn't it? A studio apartment of doom. Come on, it's your parents' basement. Just tell the truth. No? And the doom part is mostly my neighbor playing bad techno at nights. Way after the curfew. Yeah. I offer the princess a dinner. It's frozen pizza. Oh no, not that. Ugh, for heaven's sake. At least order properly or make one yourself. Don't eat frozen ones. They're freaking disgusting, man. And we eat in awkward silence. I offer the princess a drink. This guy is truly a villain, man. A frozen... frozen pizza. It's cheap energy drinks in colorful cans, and we drink in awkward silence. It would have been both pointless and hypocritical of me to apologize, so we just watch a movie waiting for the hero. Okay. Ooh, that's cool. The hero finally arrives. I'm not sure where he found a legion of evil minions to fight on his way through, but I hope he didn't accidentally kill my neighbor. He's annoying, sure, but he doesn't deserve to die because of me. Okay. Oh, the hero points the sword at me. I tried to hide it once. I tried to destroy it once. You know, to avoid our shared fate. Until the hero and the princess... unlike the hero and the princess. And the sword for that matter. I'm dying in the end, and it's kind of unpleasant experience. Of course, it didn't help. The sword is just as crucial for the story as we all are. It's a lovely swordfall. Very sharp blade. And not that it helps when it pierces through me. And as I close my eyes and spit out my blood, the last thought crossing my mind is for some reason. Damn, that movie was a good one. Shame I won't even know if there will ever be a sequel. Then everything goes white. And they live happily ever after, probably. I wonder what movie. It's definitely not something made in recent, like, 10 to 15 years. He's not vile, isn't he? Is he? He's the villain. He kidnapped the princess. Kidnapping is a crime, therefore he's a criminal. And a villain. The villain. The dude just wanted to watch a movie, man. If anything, he's just a victim of fate, yeah? Oh, that just makes him a tragic villain. Why do you even ask for my input then, if you're not going to change anything, man? I do listen to you. But I'm not obliged to accept each and every one of your edits. In its iteration, the main character was the villain. You can just unvillainize him. That was like the whole point. Making the villain the focal character doesn't automatically make the story better, you know. Yeah, I'm the process of finding my creative voice, okay? Well, I shouldn't probably ask for the work of an editor for every rough draft. And that, I suppose, makes you not the editor. Who am I then? You are the artist. No, I'm not. Come on. We can just skip this part. That one I'm definitely not. I am what now? Oh, this rather explains things. And no, this would lead to a bad outcome. Like, why? Because at some point I did say, as a supposed character, that the artworks of the creator kind of suck. So I guess now I would be criticizing myself. Let's go with that. Oh, this rather explains things. Yeah, I was keeping the secret for so long, but you know, I'm very bad at keeping secrets. Anyway, yes, it's like interactive art, where you also participate in the act of creation. I don't want to participate in such a shitty art. Also, tailored all my options beforehand. Will you ask me to be the composer too? Let's go with first one. Hate to break it for you, but you already did. And you know, if writers are gods of their worlds, you couldn't have shown me more gratitude for sharing some of my divine power with you. Here. I don't have anything meaningful to say. But I've been told you like pretty things. I like her for. She looks good. She looks good. Because you are the artist. You draw. You paint. You illustrate. Every single one of those I don't do, to be fair. You must appreciate beauty then. Yes. You must find some value in cardboards, even pretty cardboards, right? No. If that's the case, I do have a story. Oh, here we go again. About a character whose only purpose in the story is to be pretty and do as little as possible. You mean the princess?
I am the princess. I am beautiful. In fact, I've been told I am the fairest of them all. The kindest of them all. The smartest of them all. The bravest. Most polite. The best personal figurine for the villain to abduct and for the hero to save. The most prized of artifacts. But you think this story would be about me condemning my fate and finding grounds to stand my own about me saving myself? Don't worry, I got your back, fam. This story is not about female empowerment, nor is it about embracing the thread wife lifestyle by choice. I am the princess. A real one, not revisionary. If you wanted deconstruction, your deconstruction is in another castle. Alright, where was I? Oh, right. See, I am the princess. I wait for the hero, for the villain, for the hero again. And that is so boring. So I play games with myself in my mind. Because no one cares what I think. In a sense, I'm freer than both of them. But I digressed from the topic again, didn't I? So mind games. Recently I was playing Freak, Marry, Kill. It's a silly little game. But it does get more interesting when you get to choose between the hero, the villain, and the sword, you know.
Huh?
Because there is nobody else. And the presence of the sword in this game is what makes it really spicy. And my answer is... kill the hero.
Yeah.
Marry the villain. And freak the sword. Yeah.
I had a feeling you would say that, the last part.
I'm the princess, the proud sword freaker. Actually, then I came up with an even better set of choices. For freak, marry, kill. Freak, marry, kill. Depression, depression, depression. And my answer is... freak, depression, marry, depression, kill myself.
Damn, don't. No. You should talk about that with someone if you are like in a situation like that.
Because why shouldn't I? I shake hands with depression, I go out for a coffee with depression. I get close to depression, I laugh with depression, I fall in love with depression. Because why shouldn't I? I am the princess. I've been told I'm the fairest of them all. I've been told I'm the kindest of them all. The smartest. Best. But there's always a but. I'm the bravest of them all, but the hero has the heroic sword. He's the chosen one. I'm the smartest of them all, but the villain has carte blanche to impose his will. He's the vile one. And I'm the beautiful one. I'm the princess, suppose it's time for me to meet the hero. I don't really fall in love with the hero.
Understandable.
In fact, I hate the hero.
Understandable.
I kiss him under the stars. And hope my lips would be covered in poison. Not like it would help. The hero would still win in the end. But at least I would get to drink his pain like nectar. I would revel in his cries like in silk. I would embrace his disgrace like love. I am the princess, I have no connection to the sword. I don't really feel anything towards the sword. Because I don't want to be the hero myself. I suppose I would love to kiss the sword. To feel its cold steel on my mouth.
Ugh.
In my veins. In my heart.
Okay.
I am the princess, I suppose it's time for me to abduct by the villain. I don't really hate the villain. Nor do I love the villain. But I do empathize with him. In the end, we're both prisoners of our fate. So when he touches me with darkness, when he touches me with cruelty, I don't mind.
Alright.
I'm the princess, so I suppose it's time for me to be saved by the hero. I've been called the fairest of them all, but they meant I was beautiful. They never said I was fair and just. I know the hero is too predestined to be one who he is. But the story is about him, not about me, not about the villain, not about the sword. So I hate the hero because he's the most important of all. Am I just the princess? I smile at him, I caress his cheek with my palm. I hide the passion deep inside. Like a treasure to cherish behind closed doors. Because it's the only thing no one will ever take away from me. And in the end, I'm able to live happily ever after.
She's not beautiful, isn't she?
Is she?
Is she? She's a pretty girl in a pretty dress. What if she's severely depressed, extremely cynical, twisted, and disturbing? I feel like it should be disturbed, but I didn't plan any of that. I don't find her weird. I don't find her this bad appealing. Yeah. But why? I gave her perfect cheekbones. I wrapped her in gorgeous lace and silk. I made her pretty. I made her beautiful. If you don't think so, then you must not be the artist. Who am I then? You are the muse. Oi, what's that supposed to mean? But which one? Calliope, the muse of epic poetry? Or Melpomene, the muse of tragedy? Is there a muse of clown fiestas? That would be Italia, the muse of comedy. You have a Wikipedia page opened, haven't you? You know, there are some things everyone knows, but when you say them out loud, they suddenly get really weird. Like if your parents ask you about when you will give them grandkids. Never. Definitely not in this economy. You all know you will have to participate in bedroom activities in order to get those kids. I mean, you can participate in those without making kids for... But you don't go around telling everybody that your parents allowed you to freak now. I mean, why would they even... Whatever. Ever heard of adoption? Oh, not interested in bedtime activities. Dude, ridiculous. Just get the activities without making kids, come on. Ever heard of the adoption, man? It's a metaphor. Not. Fine, it's not. Simil. Smart ass. All I was saying is that you are the muse. In a modern, broader sense of this word. I mean, at least this muse looks freaking attractive. Not the patron demigoddess of arts, but the person who inspires me. And here, I wrote you another story. Ugh. Consider the gift from me to you. Ugh. God damn it. Loops are okay, but overusing the loops is not. Like, which story are we going through right now? Like, 20th? I don't even know at this point. I am the sword. Oh boy. My body is still, I serve to kill. Well, I was thinking you would try to go with a fate incantation here. And that's really a bad cliche rhyme. Cool. Let's pretend you didn't see it, okay? I did. Okay. Let's assume you expect my story to be about being the tool. A cog in the machine. A weapon in someone's hands. Well, I wouldn't do that to you. That would have been really freaking boring and predictable. I'm a weapon, yes. I had no issue with being one. But a few days ago, I visited an exposition about Excalibur and its king. And it made me feel excruciatingly ashamed. Of myself, my art. But what else could I do? I'm a sword. It's not like I can really qualify and just work a 9-to-5 office job. You wouldn't want that. Marry some spear. Ooh. Play video games in my free time. Ooh. Slice through living beings as a hobby, a nice side activity. Get kids, buy a house. No, that part is not important. Buy a house would be nice. Have a family vacation twice a year. Ooh, twice. Oh my god, that's so nice. You know, all that jazz. I'm a sword for freak's sake. Imagine being able to actually have vacation twice a year. Damn. I'm a sword. The hero takes me out of the stone. Well, hello, my chosen one. That poor dude really thinks he's special, just because he gets to wield me. That's almost funny. Guess no one told him. I mark almost everyone to be worthy. It's just because all you need to do to qualify as hero is to be bold enough to pick me up. So the hero is the chosen one, but he is not the sole chosen one. Granted, I could have told him. But I don't like talking. As an annoyingly speaking magic sword is such an very trope. What? I would say no. That's not true. I wouldn't say that is overused at all in general. I would say it's barely used. Also, the sword from Soul Eater, I loved it. Okay, that Excalibur, I loved that one. Also because I was not wielding that thing, that's why it's so cool. I love the fact that it would piss the hell out of other people. But not me. And besides, who am I to ruin the kid's dreams? If I make him feel better about himself, why would I do that? It's enough that I know I'm no Excalibur. That's capital letter, by the way. He doesn't need to constantly think about how he's no Arthur Pendragon. That's also 2 capital letters. Hello? Come on. Oh, that looks cool. The hero meets the princess. I like to think I played a part in him impressing her. After all, I'm a shiny, magical, heroic sword. The sword. Even if I'm not Excalibur or even Durandal. Again, capital letters, man. I just watch them embrace each other. And listen to them talk love. Bang, chicka, bang, bang. Like ignorant fools they are. What do they even know about love? I could have told them their love is exactly of that kind. That led to the death of King Arthur. Capital letters, my god. To the demise of Britannia. Again, capital. But what would it change? Nothing. People don't change their minds because of something a magical weapon says. Been there, done that, got a t-shirt, yeah. Therefore the tragedy plays itself out. As the princess gets abducted by the villain. And the hero's grip on me gets tighter. Boo-hoo! First world problems! Stop whining, kiddo, you know you will win in the end. Okay. Ouchie, ouchie. Clashing with the sword of the villain really hurts. Like, what sadistic freak even forged it? I try to make a small talk with it. It tells me to stop whining and get a normal job. Heh. Go outside, touch grass or whatever. But well, in the end, I do pierce through the villain's chest. Another villain, another death. As simple as death. As that. The hero points me at the sky triumphantly. From there on, I'll just be hanged on the wall in the throne hall. Watching you and the princess have kids, rule the kingdom, get tired of each other. Have affairs on the side, lie to each other's faces. Break dishes, refuse to meet each other's parents on holidays. Argue over lost socks and unwashed dishes. Until they will eventually die. I will get lost to history. And then some other hero will find me, take me out of the stone, become the chosen one. Rise, rinse, repeat. Well, for now, they like many more before and after them. Get to live happily ever after. Both of you to assume you will be usable if you would just be like supposedly on the wall and so on. Eventually you will get rusty and so on, so I kinda adapt. He would be very usable for the next supposed hero. Sorry to bring it to you, sword. That makes sense. What this story was even about. How am I connected to RP Dragon or middle management, man? Yeah? Let's go with first one. Sensing an outdated concept. And like, listen, I just wrote what I wrote. Read whatever you want into it. I had a deadline. I had to write something out of myself. Even if it's an uninspired piece of shite. So what you're saying is that I inspired you to write an uninspired piece of shite. Whoops! Well, for the sake of avoiding logical fallacies, let's say you are not the muse then. Who am I then? Oh, this question gets tricky and trickier now, does it? Who are you? Who are you in general? This much is not for me to even think about now. But who are you to me? Who am I to you then? Here we go again. This is looking good for. Who are you to me when I don't know? Why do you keep reading it? I don't understand. I wouldn't keep on reading it if I were you. Would you call yourself my friend? But who needs friends who will read and praise anything I would make? Even for it's mediocre best, I don't need such friends. Be darling and get out. That's too embarrassing for you to see. I don't want to read. I want to look in the eyes afterwards. Would you call yourself my family? No, definitely not. That's a lie. My family doesn't speak English. Would you call yourself my audience? I mean, I guess. Oh, how much I hate audiences. Well, if only you knew. Don't worry, not many people watch my videos. They will know and never care for me. They hate my hero and love my villain. Neither. They despise my princess, yes, and praise my prince. There was no prince. They don't understand that the princess is not a real person with female identity. It's a genderless narrative role. You. Do you want to know how much I hate you? I hate you so much, I will show you something special. Oh, come on, stop. Not another story. Come with me. Not another story. No. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's how a story should be there. I'm the narrative structure. Oh my god. I'm the bloody, horrifyingly ruthless initiation myth that gets mellowed down to mutate in a hero's journey. I'm the dry and boring literary analysis scheme, the blueprint, the template, the philologists write their theses and dissertations about. The hero is the focal point of me, the hero represents values. What is the author's views? As acceptable, as desirable, as worthy of admiration and emulation. He's a paragon, an ideal. What about the anti-heroes? What about the anti-heroes, villain protagonists, and other archetypes? The hero is an archetype, not a role, the protagonist is a role. Don't mess them up, alright? The hero is usually the protagonist, but not every protagonist is the hero. The rest of the saga is all about the hero as well, but let's elaborate. Nice. The sword represents means, symbol of occupation, the author views as being the most noble craft. Fighting for a good cause naturally asks for a weapon, or some authors are just real admirers of weapons, even though they're conceptually pacifists, and just like their weapons aesthetically. But in other stories, the sword can be the shovel of a farmer, the piano of a musician, or whatever. The sharp might of a detective counts too. But the sword also has a double function, to be the mark of the chosen one, hence why it's not just a sword, it's the heroic sword. It's special to explain why the hero is the hero and not just some rando who got extremely lucky, which is usually the case actually if you think about it. I don't know anything more. The princess represents rewards. Ew. She's in most cases not really a reward for. Technically, we can consider the princess to be not just the princess herself, but the whole happily ever after alongside her. She's just a poster girl for the whole package. Most because it is common understanding that in order to be truly happy, one must have a loved one on their side, a successful and wholesome relationship. As if without a partner, you're just not allowed to be content on your own. But replace the princess with a sack of gold and you will be viewed as materialistic and greedy and don't even get me started on public recognition as a reward. I'd take that. Give me a sack of gold. I don't want the princess if I don't like her. Sure, the hero gets all of this with the princess in the end, but the presence of the princess as the love interest allows the author to present the hero primarily wanted love, and other things are just pleasant side bonuses. Nice, but necessary. Don't know anything more. Help. And the villain obviously represents wrongs. What the author views as in need to be eradicated, condemned, or just fixed. Sometimes villains even turn out to be somewhat likable because they're allowed to be more diverse. We don't like diversity here. And people who don't fit ideals of domineering culture also wants to be represented on the screen. Wait, differently. We don't like forced diversity. Yeah, we don't like forced diversity here. If you can actually create something supposedly diverse and it makes sense and is enjoyable, fine. Otherwise, no. Go and shove it up your bottom. That's how it is. Also, diversity is fascinating. But the villain is, even if charismatic and alluring wrong, actually the villain is more often than not charismatic, suave, devilishly clever, grandeur, magnificent, highly qualified and resourceful. Yeah, but not always. Why? There is one elsewhere. The villain is supposed to pose a threat. The bigger the stakes, the more breathtaking and satisfying the hero's inevitable victory would be. If you think about it, in a lot of situations, it doesn't make sense for the hero to win, to be fair, with the villain. It's kinda funny. From that point of view, the villain's starting position serves as the journey for the hero from the rags all the way up to the riches. Because the hero is supposed to achieve, and there is no achievement if he has everything from the start, and there is no threat if the villain is just some dirt under the hero's souls. But doesn't explain why we view intelligence and good manners as traits of the bad people. Yeah, that's true. Why are there so many evil scientists? Oh boy. It depends what sciences they do. Because the villain represents the other. Not always what we condemn because it's bad, but sometimes what we don't understand and are too apathetic to make an effort to do so. It really depends. It really depends. What exactly is the science that scientist is doing? It's not about not understanding. It really depends what exactly is being done. Anyway, I'm the narrative structure. In fact, they all are narrative structures. The hero is narrative structure to move the plot, the sword is narrative structure to move the plot, the princess, the villain, same. The plot is narrative structure to convey the message, and the message is amplified by the author's mark of approval. The final line, that they live happily ever after. I wish some story was like, and, you know, as you predicted, and you ended with, and they didn't live happily ever after. Someone should do that. Hero has no values. Use sword, no means. Princess carries no rewards. Yeah. The princess is supposedly the reward herself, so yeah, no thanks. It's kind of like with man or woman, he saying, but if you are in a relationship with me, you will get me. So like, yeah, you are not the reward for. Does it make sense what I said? If you are not interested in that person especially, right? Yeah. If you are the reward, I don't want it, kind of thing. But the villain in the story does no wrongs. Yeah? Let's go with the no values, to be honest. Because there is a ton of heroes who has no values, actually. Oh yeah, about that. You see, usually meta-narrative makes you aware of the frames around the story, so I narrative structure and that frame. But the moment I was made to a character, which is narrative structure, there came to be another frame around me, that first frame. That's the trick. I only know what's composed of me, which is the hero's journey. What is the story in which I'm just one of the characters about? I have no idea. But internal logic tells me I not represent self-awareness, even if it may look like it at first glance. if I were, I would have been able to give you a marginally better answer. If anything, my last tip, we all represent something. If the author hadn't thought about it, I wouldn't have been able to tell the story from my perspective. Okay. Oh my god, here we go again. So the hero's journey was never meant to be any good? It wasn't even lie, because lies are at least trying to pretend to be truths. The hero's journey was never meant to be any good, because it was never meant to be the hero's journey, obvious, right? Kind of anticlimactic for the well-learned score formation, right? But yeah, you are not the audience because there was never meant to be one. Who am I then? Ugh, honestly at this point I'm out of ideas. Who are you then? Who am I to you? I'm the writer. And as every writer does, consciously or subconsciously, intentionally or accidentally, in spite of something or because of the same thing, I showed you everything I've ever known. A bunch of stolen tropes, a sprinkle of shitty jokes, yeah, a whole ocean of frustration and, yeah, and cringe-inducing blabbering. Here, meet my hero. He's a pathetic little dude, but I love him, because he's surrogate for you to see my fictional world. Here, take my sword. It is a plastic little toy, but I love it, because I made it for you to make you special. Feel special. Here, save my princess. She's a prideful little snowflake, but I love her because you once said you like pretty girls in pretty dresses. Okay. Here, slay my villain. He's a pretentious little snob, but I love him because he drives the plot for you to witness. No, you can say know me, but I don't know you. You scare me. You confuse me. But you laughed at my jokes, maybe. But you wanted me to make the story even a little better, perhaps? If that's the case, could it be that you like me? I'll write you even more shit if you ask me to. I'll keep juggling words if you want me to. If you are still here, that must mean that you understand me, right? No. Right? All I ever wanted is for someone to understand me. For someone to earn the right to judge me because I can't judge myself. If you want to hear my stories, I'll gladly tell you those. If you want me to never write anything again, I'll accept your judgment. I'm a narcissist. I'm a self-centered pretentious asshole. Oh no! For the first time, you've managed to get the part of text onto the drawing. Oh no! Oh no! Damn! I disappoint you, and moreover, I disappoint myself. But if you're still here, please, read my story for one last time. Help, help, help! Yeah, help me. Once upon a time, there was a writer who, well, wrote words. She had no ear for music. Oh, it's a she! So for her, words flowing one after another were a substitute for melodies. She had no visual imagination, so for her, words being associations were a substitute for pictures. So she used letters and sentences, phrases and paragraphs, to scream. For she had no ears and no eyes but the mouth. But her stories were shallow and empty, hollow and uninspired, derivative and mediocre at best, for she wrote what she knew. And her own heart was small and numb and full of hatred. Okay? I freaking love this picture. Oh my, it's so good. But then the writer made the prototype. All my characters have zero personality because I write them as plot functions, the writer thought. If I base my hero in a prototype, the hero won't be such cardboard anymore, the writer thought. So she did. She stole favorite foods, speech gimmicks, appearance traits from the prototype for her hero. But it was all superficial. And her hero was still just a walking archetype in a quirky wrapping. Because the real prototype was generous but greedy, passionate but inattentive, educated to the extreme in some fields and yet completely oblivious in the others. Just think about it, the prototype could have distinguished one sea snail from the other in a single glance, but no, Great Britain exited the European Union. Yeah. That was such a bad thing for the Great Britain to do, by the way. It seems like in general Great Britain is going to shite now. It will become like a freaking Neo-Palestine or whatever. Rest in peace, Great Britain. So the prototype was a person more conflicted, more complex, and more fascinating than the writer could have ever put in her words and described in her characters. Can I stay with you? The writer asked. I say Neo, but it will be more like ancient, given the fact how ancient the country itself is. God damn it. Living like 500 years in the past. Can I stay with you? The writer asked. I get bored of people raised easy, as soon as I find them and assign to them their narrative role. Of anyone but you, because somehow you always manage to surprise me. And the prototype laughed at her and told her to go. Because the writer was not nearly as good as Vladimir Nabokov. I have no clue who that is. Or at the very least, as the one cool and popular AO3 fic writer. The writer eventually met the critic. You're so cringe, the critic said. You're not even bad, you're boring, the critic said. You want to be pretentious and be misunderstood as if you're some kind of an acknowledgement genius, but they're fairly easy to understand and even easier to forget because there is nothing remarkable about you, the critic said. That's not true, Fam. All the critic said was, I don't like this sentence, can you maybe rephrase it a little bit? But I do kind of like this plot twist. It can be nice if you manage to polish up the metaphors. But the writer's second name was the storyteller, as she twisted real facts to fit her own narrative. Because, you know, her second name was not the bona fide journalist, that's a different subspecies of writers altogether. After all, what critic would be so gentle and tame in her commentaries? That would be kind of unsatisfying, you know. No one ever gave the writer such a long feedback for. No one but the critic, who spotted mistakes exactly where the writer herself knew something was wrong. Who cared so much she spent her own time to point out all those mistakes she found. Who gave the writer's blubbering more thought than the writer herself ever did. Can I stay with you? The writer asked. All the other critics get it wrong. They mistake intentional stylistic choices for typos. They confuse parallel syntax with tautology. But you know exactly what I want to say, how I wanted it to say it, and where I wrong myself. And the critic laughed at her and told her to go. Because the writer was falling under the umbrella term of content creators. Ow. No matter how bad her creations were, the writer met her fellow content creator, the artist. The artist didn't notice the writer. The artist was busy creating her art, because the art for the artist was her whole life. So she drew in the morning, painted in the afternoon, and illustrated in the evening. And that made the writer admire the artist. And that made the writer jealous of the artist. Bitter, envious, resentful, and awestruck. That's not fair, the writer thought. It's way harder to make your writing stand out because everyone can compose words in a sense, but not everyone can draw and paint and illustrate, and they know it because recognizing good text takes time, while recognizing good art piece takes but a single glance, and that is so not fair, the writer thought. Not true. And yet the artist still wasn't noticing the writer. So the writer used the only thing she had. Words. To spill acid onto the artist's drawings. To tear apart the artist's paintings. To destroy the artist's illustrations. To make the artist notice her. Why are you so angry? The artist asked. If you want, I can illustrate your words for you, the artist offered. And the writer felt ashamed. Because the artist was talented and clearly didn't need her. Yeah, I said talented, but this requires a lot of work as well, god damn it. Because the artist was kind when the writer didn't deserve her kindness. So the writer wanted to run away. But the artist's drawings were so stunning. The artist's paintings were so beautiful. The artist's illustrations were so mesmerizing. That in the end the writer couldn't find it in her to run away. Can I stay with you? The writer asked. I admire you even though I'm too embarrassed to admit it, without any snarky remarks. I envy you even though I'm too proud to say it out loud. And the artist laughed at her and told her to go. Because the writer was, for the lack of a better word, creator. She once found herself in a state of writer's block, She spent a few days watching videos on the internet, capital letter internet. She spent a few years playing video games. But one day she met the muse. Now it's not like the muse was beautiful. Actually, she's plenty nice. Come on. Because everything perfect was already sung. Now it's not like the muse was ugly. Because the aesthetic of ugliness was written about already too. Everything unconditionally beautiful and everything unconditionally ugly was really dissected, examined and described. Because everything absolute is in a sense the same. But the muse was just in such a unique way imperfect. It was their looks that inspired the writer. Because we're talking about the writer, not the artist, remember. It was her random thoughts. It was how she laughed at things and said she hated them. It was how she interacted with the world around her. Like everything was a weird, awkward, astounding metaphor. Also, once again, there is music in the background. It's so quiet for. I feel like I will need to like just up the entire thing while editing. That made the writer want to inspire the muse as much as she inspired the writer. Can I stay with you? The writer asked. You expand my own worldview. When I speak to you, words just come to me naturally. Words I've never thought before. Feelings I've never felt before. Teams I've never wanted to touch before, even with a 3-foot pole. And the muse laughed at her and told her to go. Yes, go and explore the world. Because the writer was still a creator. Even if not a good one. Yeah, but you know, the more you do it, the better you get. I think. Maybe. Maybe I'm an abomination. I've gotten worse, maybe. Who cares? As long as you enjoy it, doing it, you will keep on doing it. That's all there is to it, to be fair. It's kind of a team here, isn't it? She eventually met the audience. At this point, it should be kind of obvious how their encounter went. But let's spill the tea anyway. The writer wanted to play it cool, of course. Because craving feedback is for losers, the writer thought. Dude, you say that. I kind of crave more feedback as well, not gonna lie. I'm not getting enough feedback overall, I feel like. Yeah. Maybe. Would I listen to feedback for? Who knows? I kind of like doing stuff the way I want to, basically. I'm not like the other writers. I don't need attention, the writer thought. Yes, you do. Because you want to live that she would write. For no one but herself. Because no one but her own burning desire to put her stories on paper. It would be as if she was truly talented. I mean, to be fair, isn't this how it should be, in a way? Maybe. Actually, no, maybe not. It depends. You should write stories however it truly wants to, yes, but at the same time you think about all those, again, comic books coming out from America, USA, and you think, wow, nobody will want to read this trash. You know what kind of books I'm talking about. Comic books. Again, with the self-insertion. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Whatever. As if writing was her true calling. As if she was not a faker. But deep inside of her. No, actually, pretty much on the very surface of her was nothing but a wish to be heard. To be appreciated. To be respected. Recognized and praised. And when the audience clapped for her, it felt good. When the audience spotted her references, chuckled at her jokes, understood the metaphors, it felt good. Wonderful even. The writer was in fact very lucky. The writer probably didn't deserve the audience. But she wasn't a particularly good person anyway. Can I stay with you? The writer asked. You're always down to read my words. And because your tastes align with mine. I know you're not just reading my writings and hearing my stories and approve of my jokes. Because you would have consumed anything. And the audience laughed at her and told her to go. So in the end, the writer found herself alone again! Because no one likes, no one wants on their side. No one loves a person who makes everything about themselves. Yes, thank you! That's what I was talking about. And that is the end of the writer's story. Yes, you know what, if you think about it, that's true. No one cares about the writer's story. That's why you can self-insert yourself into the story. Obviously, your kind of views on the world will be there. Probably. But otherwise, no. Yeah. But no one cares, for example, for a writer to be the main character, kind of, right? You know what I mean. Hopefully. There was no happily ever after. So, did you like that story? Did you understand its meaning? Yes, no, what a pile of teeth-wrenching, pretentious bullshit! I'm gonna lie and say yes. Oh, is that so? Whatever. That's not the answer I wanted to hear. God damn it. And if you take a look at script erpa... Okay, that's a script for the Renpai game, basically. You will know that I'm a cheater. What? And I would like an... What? You are the hero. Game? I don't know how I can open it exactly. Can I... Okay, just a notepad will be good. Oh, hi, that's the bonus chapter, so to say. Please, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm the code. Oh my god. The code will tell you some secrets. Also, sense programmer. She left me with some tea to spill. Shall we? I mean, there is real code to the game, but it's also part of hidden experience. Oh boy. You know what? There is both the code and the text, so... No, I'm not reading this. And I wouldn't like any of the answers I gave you the option to choose from. Am I the programmer then? You are, but the program is not the role of yours I'm currently interested in. Stop interrupting me! You gave me the only option that is to interrupt you. Oh yes, but I wrote it thinking about you in my head, and you in my head wanted to interrupt me. And you know, I'm neither a mind reader nor a time traveler to first give you this thing to experience to discover whether you wanted to interrupt me or not. Then go back in time and read it at the script accordingly. You could have made me different options to choose from. Any of the options would have made you interrupt me, man. Then how about just not give me a dialogue line there here? And that sounded wrong. I felt like you would have wanted to say something here. Anyway, back to the topic. That's not the answer I wanted to hear. Because that's not the question I want to ask. Actually, I have many more questions to ask you. Oh my god. Like the moment you've downloaded this game, you already knew it was not the story about you being the hero. Because assume you looked at the screenshots before downloading. Yeah, I looked at the screenshots. I didn't look at the possible text, if there was a text for. I was like, oh, this looks good. Download. But did you like the actual story? The shitty meta-narrative frame structure. The self-deprecating jokes that are so relatable and so ironic. Okay, stop clowning around. I'm sorry, I just vomited my heart out for you to see and poke with a stick. I'd say I deserve to have a break and be a clown for a second. But yes, I have a question. Will you stay with me, prototype? Will you stay with me, critic? Will you stay with me, artist? Muse? Audience? Will you stay with me? Because I don't exist without you. Well, someone called Redacted definitely exists without you. She's also the daughter of a student immigrant. Ugh. The whatever her friends, her foos, and her passing acquaintances want to call her. But we're not talking about her, are we? We're talking about me. I'm the writer. I'm the author. The author is dead. The author is only the reflection in the mirror. The author is only the reflection in the eyes of the viewer. Have you read Nosy by John Paul Sartre by any chance? No, I have no clue what that is. Yes, he was an egocentric scum and treated Simone like shite. Or did he? I don't know. I don't know them myself and account sweaty. And when we say Simone de Beauvoir was deeply unhappy but kept playing their picture perfect relationship of a king and queen of existential needs for him because he gained from the relationship more than she did. Don't we undermine her whole body of work? Blah, blah. They both believed in freedom and she said happiness was never her primary goal. Maybe you ought to respect her choice and not blame Sartre for how she chose to live her life. But Sartre also wrote in Nosy that don't possibly... Dude, why are we talking about this? I told you I haven't read that. Whereas in the thread, the only possible escape from existential dread is to create something. What did he? I don't know. I've never talked to them myself, but I know that it was this, but I've read in Nosy, and perhaps he would have a proof of that, because it is my authentic freedom to see that message in what I've read. But words exist only if there is someone to read them. Stories exist only if there is someone to hear them. Will you stay with me? I'm scared of what I'm pretending I'm not. I'm anxious of I don't want you to know about it. I'm a parasite that needs you to exist. Will you stay with me? Also, I think, you know, it would be basically fast threads or fast sets now, so yeah. Because I want you to love me. Well, not necessarily love me. If you hate me, that's alright. If you laugh at me, it's alright. As long as you make me exist, that's alright. Will you stay with me? I'm the writer, aren't I? Yes, I'll stay with you. No, I don't want to stay here. I am the writer, aren't I? Is that the normal moral you found in the story? Yes, it can be interpreted as such, although it wasn't the primary intended meaning behind it. But I will let you have it. Because you said that, and we just discovered that you are me. Congrats! Whoa, you beat me! Hoo-hoo, or do you beat yourself? Woo! The end! You are the writer! You know what? I don't know what to say. I honestly don't know what to say. It was kinda... It was kinda messed up, I guess? And I think that was the general idea behind it. Again, by mlkrn, the game, who we played Nowhere Platz U3 in the past. I think we'll be playing one more game from that dev as well at some point. Yeah, I don't know what to say about this. Definitely interesting concept. Maybe too much looping a little bit. But then again, we are looking at the same situation from quite a few perspectives. So yeah. Overall, cool idea, to be fair. Cool idea. You know, I would need to think about it a little more, to be quite honest with you. To maybe form some proper sentences. Because at the very moment, the only thing that comes to mind is like, wow, that was cool. Also, it's not really anything too much, I would say, but I will need to censor some stuff. There is 3 endings? Alright guys, I'm sending you to each.io. The link is in the description, obviously. Go and try to get the other 2 endings. None of them are bad. Okay. There is a true ending. I wonder which one is the true then. Did I get the true ending? Maybe. Maybe. Or maybe not. Or maybe not. Anyway, let's end the episode. I still have videos to edit and upload. So yeah. Please go and play the game yourself as well. Get the other endings. Whatever exactly they might be and so on. And dude, I say I need to edit the video. I want to take a nap. I'm tired. Yeah, with that being said, I will end it for today. And tomorrow I'll probably return to recording more of If My Heart Had Wings. Because the other 2 games I have from it, the other 3 games I have from it on the desktop now are kinda lengthy, I believe. So it's not something I would sit to write during If My Heart Had Wings. Maybe afterwards. Alright, I'm out. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.